Alright, we are back with our part 3 of our Diablo 4 beta run through, and right now we are on the rite of passage, and we are to accompany Laurent to whatever the name is there, that K something. I still don't know what these bite berries are. Like, when you take it away, the animals, I just feel like I'm like taking away their food or something. I don't know.
This evil is spreading.
Alright, I was going to say, there's usually a shaman around with these fallen here. They've really updated these, like the visuals on these guys from Diablo 2. I mean, it's really, really kind of neat. Something you got to definitely, at least as far as from Diablo 2, I'm kind of relying on, but you have to kind of be careful because it's very easily to get, you could very easily get surrounded by these Fallens, and if there's a shaman in the background, they can definitely do some damage as far as resurrecting them. Then you kind of get in this endless fight of, you know, trying to get out of, trying to, oh, there's some iron chunks, trying to fight the guys, and then there's resurrecting new ones. It's like as you're killing them. So you can actually climb up. I'm gonna look at my map here, because it, okay, so that just, why not? Shoes. Not too much up here. Probably wasn't super worth coming up here. It's more gold. I mean, can never go wrong with that, right? The iron chunks and iron ore, things like that, I'm wondering if that, because I was wondering about the bite berry. Maybe you can like make potions or something out of that. And then the iron ore is possibly like your upgrade material. We shall see. Those may actually respawn. I don't know. Maybe later on. At least if you refresh the map, obviously, and come back in. But interesting to see. I'm almost positive they're probably going to have their own loot system, kind of like Diablo 3 had. Diablo 2, it's kind of interesting. They had it where basically, so if you're playing with 8 people, it's the same loot for all 8 people, and it's like everybody's fighting over the same. If you guys have ever done Diablo 2 on like a bail run with like people online, everybody just kind of sits there and waits for the loot to drop. It's like it can be very difficult to pick up items in that game when there's basically everybody's fighting for the same box of loot, so to speak. Diablo 3 was different. Everybody had their own loot, so you didn't have to worry about people stealing your stuff, so to speak. That was always nice. If you play with a friend or somebody else, typically online, they're not usually very kind. But if you play with a friend, obviously they're like, "Oh, I found something for a rogue, and I'm a barbarian. Do you want this?" And so on and so forth. And I've done kind of sharing between the two. But all right, so we are supposed to slay the fallen in this area, which is what we've pretty much been doing on the hike up here. Strider's Crown. Actually, well, I'm going to kill this Overseer, which is probably very close to what we actually killed. Alright, we need to kill this Shaman, I just realized. This is probably very close to what we actually killed as our first sort of mini-boss in that area. That was probably what that was. Eastern Pass, more Orebane. Oh, and some silver ore there, too.
I beg you. Be careful.
Coming out of the ground over here. Let me... Oh, and maybe I have to protect her as well. timer on the right over there, right underneath the caravan under siege, underneath our map there. So we're at 40 seconds. We probably just have to protect the caravan for that amount of time. Oh, wow. Now we have 3 overseers. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off, I'm going to be honest. Oh, boy. There was a shaman that ended up sneaking up behind us. And then there was 3 of these overseers. That was, Nope, I was not able to keep the survivor alive, so. Typically with these, the Radiant Chest probably was going to give us a little bit better items if we were able to actually complete that. Got down to the wire. Again, since we are on part 3, if you haven't watched the first 2 parts, I am playing on what's called the Event 2, so like the Tier 2, and it is a little bit more difficult, but it does give better rewards and more gold. Maybe on Tier 1, this was probably a little bit... I said Event 1 earlier, I apologize. Tier 1. So if I was playing on Tier 1, probably it was a little bit easier if I could have done that on the first try. I'm not sure why I actually picked Tier 2, maybe because it was available. And I wanted more... I just really wanted to see what other kind of gear we could get out of that too. So just kind of interesting. Probably should have went with the first tier, first playthrough, but whatever.
I can't carry anymore.
I was afraid that was going to happen. So I wonder, yeah, you can mark as junk. Yeah, you can actually drop these. And while we're in here, let's go ahead. These are all the new. So when they're flashing, as you can see at the very, very bottom, there's like a little bit of flash on our new items. It's kind of a handy tool to see. As you can see here, it says 65 armor plus 65. So I actually don't even have a helmet right now. So that's going to be better than obviously nothing. And then if it has a red in there, that's worse. This one's actually better, +1. This one does +3, so that'll be actually a better short sword. That's definitely going to be worse. Gotten some decent items so far. Probably nothing to write home about. Did find 1 gold item here. It's actually my bow. So I got the Cut Tormentor here. Quite a bit of damage, especially for a low-level character, in my opinion. So. I'm curious how I was mentioning the tiers earlier. So in tier 2, when I was playing the beta, there was actually when I was logging into this beta earlier, it asks you what tier would you like to be at. Would you like to be at tier 1? Would you like to be at tier 2? Those are the only 2 options that are there in the beginning. And now, if you pre-order the game, it talks about having tier skips. And so I'm very curious to see. I know there's a lot of controversy over whether that's going to be like a microtransaction, or they're just trying to do kind of like they did with Diablo 3. I don't know, with the real money auction and things like that. So I don't know. I personally assume that they may have learned their lesson on that type of stuff, but maybe not. I don't know. All right, we did find some what appeared to be some magical pants. Okay, so tunic. I could have swore we picked up some blue pants. Yes, okay, here they are. Harmonious pants. While I'm in here, I'm going to go ahead and clear some of this other stuff out. This stuff early on, especially, it's not worth a whole lot. The sell value, as you can see, like 13. 7. A lot of this stuff is really not worth holding on to. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that since we haven't actually found a town that we can sell things in. We found a town earlier, but they wanted to kill us. So looks like okay, so that was weird. That actually popped up, actually.
Never thought I'd live to see all this.
Oh, okay, right here. Interact with the statue.
The angel in Arius. I'm sure you've heard the Cathedral of Light babbling about their Holy Father. Well, he's real. An angel walks among us. And when he learns that Lilith is here, blood will flow. They are ancient enemies. They'll drag the whole damn world into their feud unless we can stop it. Let's not linger. Kiyovershad lies just ahead.
Hold. To enter the city, you must
We have no
first...
time for this.
I thought he was gonna like stab the guy or something. Like, we don't have time for your nonsense.
To enter Kiyovershad, you must perform a cleansing ritual. Meaningless gesture, but some people take comfort in it.
How dare you?
Just let him through, lad. I've tried for years to get Lorath to do the ritual.
Fine. But this one stays.
I'll meet you inside.
Take a piece of holy cedar wood from the shrine and inscribe it with the sin which troubles you. Then cast it into the brazier. As the fire burns the wood, so too will the light burn.
Oh, that's over
others.
here. I was following that other guy, but this is actually okay.
Well, a man that old has lived through some dark days.
Oh, that was actually okay. I need to actually go up here and use this. Okay, got it. Okay. So we have a choice here, and it's just inscribe different things. I'd be curious to see what this would give us depending on what we do. So there is an option to do nothing. I'm going to go ahead and do fear.
Fear.
I don't imagine this affects like your entire playthrough, but maybe like an item that you get or something. Speak with the guard. Okay.
Good. You must feel as though a great weight has been lifted from you. Welcome to Kiyovershad.
What kind of glitch there for a minute? Let's see.
So, what did you write on that piece of wood? Something about fear or cowardice, perhaps?
Oh.
Well, it matters little, I suppose.
I had a feeling it. I don't know if it really matters.
I'm off to the dry steppes in search of that pale man from your vision. I must know what part he plays in all this. But first, I need you to retrieve something of mine while I finish my negotiations. A merchant in the center of the city has it. Just tell him I sent you. There was a prophecy, yes. It foretold the rise of the primevals, the return of Lilith and Inarius, the doom of our world. Inarius adopted the prophecy for his own selfish purposes, put it in the Cathedral of Light's gospel, and made it seem like he would be the hero to save us.
So they talk about the prime evils in previous
Tattoos,
games. You know, your Diablo, your
swayback,
Baal,
cloudy eyes.
Mephisto,
This put
all the
things
brothers and
practically
things like that.
programmed.
And then, so I'm curious to see.
You're lucky she has 4 legs.
Kind of now we have like Lilith and another. Okay, this is a waypoint. Okay, so that's our first waypoint actually. And I did not apparently discover the one down here. Okay. Oh, you actually get experience and gold now for getting the waypoints, huh? There's a lot of people that you can kind of interact with and talk to get more of the story if you so choose. Curious, like I said, curious to see. We haven't really had any mention of actual Diablo. We haven't had any interaction or mention of it in the other evils. This may be my stash. And you can do okay, so additional capacity if you so choose. Don't really think I need anything in my stash. Those were always kind of nice if you know, were consistently playing with some friends and you wanted to keep some items, you know, in case they came back on and you guys are playing separately. It's kind of nice to keep gear, or for other characters for that matter. You know, there's things that you'll find as a rogue, or when playing as a rogue for a barbarian, and you want to keep those for different classes. So these look like they are locked right now. So maybe, I don't know if they're locked for the beta or if they're... Let's see. So we can... Okay. So requires level 10.
I carry the best.
Actually, while I'm
Shards
here,
of the
I am going to go ahead and
heavens.
sell. Now, you can mark a lot of these things as junk, I believe, and then you can kind of... I wonder if you can mass sell a lot of these things later on. So these are pretty much all going to be worse, obviously, because I've already went through all this.
Bliss, and thank you.
So, not a ton of gold. Let's see if we can find somebody to repair our equipment, because there was an icon that showed up when we were just talking to her. This is actually our next area. Oh, right here, Road. Right by where our quest marker was. Okay.
Father bless. What do you need?
So here you can salvage all the junk, common, okay. So that's to salvage. Let's see, repair. Okay. Well, none of our equipped gear, okay. None of our equipped gear actually needs to be repaired, which is good. So salvaging was something they added in Diablo 3. That was to the ability to get crafting materials.
Ah, so the old man's finally decided to buy it back. Knowing him, he didn't mention coin, did he? If he wants his weapon, you will need to pay.
So purchase his polearm. Thankfully, it's only 20 coins, so we can easily afford that.
Wait.
All of his
The
other
old man
stuff is
sold
pretty
me
bad,
this
so I'm
too.
not going to worry about
Said
it.
he didn't need it anymore, but I think he'd want it back all the same. No charge.
It looks like you can actually buy back your items no matter who you sold it to. You can go to any of these vendors and you can actually buy back a lot of your items, because these are all the things that I sold to a different vendor. We can see in here when I
That
interact,
plays
there's
upon
actually
us.
new stock coming
need a
in
proper
29
weapon.
minutes, so it looks like a lot of these vendors will actually replenish their stock. So that's kind of neat. Go ahead and get that strange amulet. Looks like that's going to actually be a quest item specifically for him.
I can't do that here.
Ah, apologies.
He also gave me this amulet. What is it?
The mark of the Heradrim. An ancient order of scholars and mages, sworn to protect Sanctuary from demons. These days, we are few in number. There is another Haradrim, Donan. His breadth of knowledge about demons is equal only to his hubris.
Sounds like he could help us.
You should seek him out in Skosglen. But don't forget about the cathedral. They'll be expecting you, and they might prove to be useful allies too.
You're not coming with me.
I'm going to the Dry Steppes to find out who that pale man is. Join me when you can, just be careful. Your ties to Lilith, the visions you see. You are the key to finding her and stopping whatever she has planned.
So he is
Sometimes
actually a
our paths in
Haradrim.
life are set to collide. We just don't know it. Whether it is by accident or fate's hand, there is nothing we can do about it. The Wanderer lost in the storm, fed the blood of Lilith, saved by a lone monk. Different lives and incidents drawn together. By what? Destiny? Or some greater power pulling the strings? I did not know. But at the time, I thought I had the chance to protect humanity from the daughter of hatred. The Wanderer's connection to her gave me hope. Imagine that.
So a lot of references, in my opinion, to specifically Diablo 2. The Wanderer was a very big... Okay, so this just actually popped up. I don't know how far we can get in the beta, but prompting us to pre-order there. But the Wanderer was a... there's a whole scene cinematic of a guy following the Wanderer, and it was basically the guy from the original Diablo who held a soul stone within him to keep the primeval at bay. And here we talk, I'm the lone Wanderer, and then talking about the Haradrim. So kind of interesting how that timeline kind of unfolded there. Let's go ahead and see. So we actually have a couple of okay, this quest cannot be progressed in this version. So the beta, you can't actually do this. We can do this one though. So seek out the Cathedral of Light. Okay. It says you can't, but I don't know. Maybe you can. Let's try to go to these question marks here. But it is very possible that a lot of these are still kind of locked out due to this being the beta. But is that another character? Oh yeah, that's another character in the beta. Oh wow, I have not. Oh wow. I haven't seen any other characters so far, so that's, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. Did they turn this kind of into more of a MMO where you can see other players now? Huh. Or at least in the towns anyway. Maybe you can like link up.
Yes, well, Bozan has yet to return from delivering our tithing demands to Menestad. Perhaps you could sweep the roads and see what's taking him so long. The cathedral must receive its dues.
So investigate. Let me see if this is actually... Okay, so the side quest is actually able... It's these main... This quest cannot... So this is part of the main quest campaign here. That this we cannot actually progress right now in the beta. So there are still some side quests, though. So I guess we'll Go ahead and do that. Here's the other player. That's crazy to me. I don't. That's kind of a neat addition. They didn't really have that. Definitely in Diablo 2. I mean, they had multiplayer matching and things like that, but you didn't really see them unless you actually joined up with them in the game. So that's kind of neat. What is this symbol over here? Oh, I wonder if this is a treasure goblin like they had in Diablo 3. Okay, let's see. Yeah, treasure goblin. Oh, wow. Brought these guys back. So you have to be quick. If you don't kill them in time, they'll actually, at least in Diablo 3, they would actually teleport. And then you kind of lost that gear. Oh, he's running right into these enemies. Oh, almost got him. I gotta hurry up. Oh my gosh. He's running quick now. Got him. Alright. Almost died, but hey. So a lot of good things, a lot of good items from the treasure goblin. As they did in previous games. Let's go ahead and get this short sword too for sure. That's going to be very helpful. I am like frozen. Let me grab this health file over here. Oh, I'm completely frozen.
I need more time.
Oh, level 7. That was like just in time. I always loved that in like Diablo 2, Diablo 3, and you would be down to like almost no health, and then you leveled up, and it cured like basically everything. You're like, oh, thank goodness. So. Oh man, I almost died. I can't believe that. I was actually stuck. I couldn't roll away. So you can roll away, and then it has a cooldown on it, so you can't continually roll. Oh, let's see. Wow, that was a little too close. I am playing on a little bit higher difficulty, so don't think that the game is like crazy difficult. There is an easier mode.
I'm not ready.
So that's an elite. Looks like guy that the shriv, or maybe he just has a special attack here. Try to isolate him so I don't have to fight everybody at once. Or I can just wail on him. There we go. Okay. Getting some good gear at this stage. This is actually the first point in the game where we're actually getting some decent drops now. Had something in my eye. Alright. Let's check our gear out before we go too much further. So we did get some gold boots. Those might have been from the goblin, I think. Let's see. We've got that. That's actually better. This is actually for a sorcerer. I'm going to see what this symbol is over here. This, I don't know what that is, like a white, I don't even know what that is, line there on our map. These are pretty tough enemies. I mean, you definitely don't want to get surrounded by these enemies, at least at what I'm at. I'm at level, what am I at, 7? And they're level 6. I mean, so they're giving me a run for my money for sure. So, all right, we're getting bombarded both ways here. So let's draw these guys kind of out if I can. Did I say vampiric? So he might actually. Oh wow. He might actually like steal health or something. Let me see. Try to clear some of these guys out. Try to get him kind of on his own if I can. I just drug more of them in there is what I did though. Okay. So you get stunned there and it's kind of hard to regain. we still not ready? Oh boy. I just rolled right into that, I feel like.
I'm not ready.
Oh, we were out of healing potions too. Oh my gosh. Okay. Run away! Can he climb too? He cannot. Haha. This will give me some time to hopefully find a health potion. Please, somebody drop one. Oh my god, he's like running after me. Oh, this is like the worst area to run into. Oh, what is this? A Wraith Phantom, huh? Here we go. Oh, thank goodness. I'm not even gonna, you know what? I'm gonna actually not even go back there. So this looks like is, I don't know what, there's like a line on our map here as far as I don't know if that's like the way to go. I don't know why that's highlighted. Investigate road. Maybe it's this. Maybe this is the road. I don't know what is this guy? This kind of reminds me a little bit of like Game of Thrones here with these icy dead guys. I am definitely running low on health here. Oh, this is for the side quest. Okay, so this
My
is
guard
right.
turned on me, tried to
where we
choke
needed
the
to
life
be.
out of me. All I could do before I lost consciousness was go over the cliff. I need to return to Kyovashad and request a night escort. Please, take the tithing demands to the merchant lord Talgun in Menestad.
Now, I'm not sure, you know, in previous games we had the town portal. I think that's the down arrow. Oh, these are like our guys I think that we met in the town. That is so interesting to me. This was not like this in previous versions of the game. So it was online, it was multiplayer, don't get me wrong, but they definitely, you wouldn't be seeing these characters out here. So that's kind of interesting. I kind of like it. Maybe you can like join up, and they made it like even easier to kind of play this in multiplayer, so to speak. So. Alright, deliver. Okay, I think we actually deliver them up the road. Maybe. Let me kill these last bit of guys over here, and then we'll head to that area that's on our map there that kind of has a golden circle around it there. So, Malgosh, he's probably an elite there. I tell you, these guys, they get a bunch of those ice, I don't know what that is, but that ice attack, and it just freezes you where you can't even move. Not a position you want to be in, obviously. So it looks like we can actually go this way as well. These guys out just a little bit.
Need more time.
So thankfully the big guy in the back, he's a little bit slower. We can kind of drag these guys with us, kind of pick them off a little bit one by one. I'm going to try to get this big guy a little bit off on his own. Because they do a lot of damage.
Need more time.
Get up. I gotta get that Health potion. All right, let's. I have almost died. I can't even tell you how many times so far in this game. So tier 2, definitely challenging. My earbud just fell out. Ah, revive at checkpoint. So lose durability. Let's see, revive at checkpoint. Oh, it's just right here. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's see. I don't know if there's any like dead body that you have to pick up. I know in Diablo 2 you had to pick up the body. I'm trying to think off. I'm trying to remember Diablo 3 off the top of my head, but I can't remember. The symbol on my map though is where I died, so maybe let's check it out. Nope, doesn't look like we need to. We have all our gear, so okay. I actually don't mind dying really then. So, okay, deliver the tithing. I feel like that is back in town, and I just want to try the portal. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. This is just a side quest, but be good for the experience. Sometimes there's good gear that you can get out of it. It'll help me, considering I'm playing on that higher tier. You can't actually shift what tier you're in. I don't believe you can do it in-game, but if I were to exit out of the game, your town portal will be closed. Okay. I may, you know what? I may have actually messed up, and I was supposed. Okay. Well, either way, I was supposed to go back here. So, let's see here. These kind of remind me a little bit of those succubuses from Diablo 2 there. So they actually, okay, these guys are all, they do damage. He just killed this guy. So I don't know if they treat, maybe they're treating this more like an MMO where just like everybody can help each other out. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that quite yet. 'Cause it is nice to be able to just kind of chill on your own when you want, but it's also nice to have the help, obviously. Could have really used the help earlier when I was getting swarmed by all those guys. But. So I'll check out the skills here in just a second as well. I don't remember if I leveled up when I got to level 7. In fact, we're in kind of a safe area, so I'll go and do that right now. Also check our gear. Maybe we picked up something. I think anything. This is probably a barbarian. It's weird that it says not usable by your class. Usually it has like sorcerer only or something like that. So our abilities, I was actually hoping, I want to try to get these traps. And it'd be nice, maybe I can go ahead and just get one of these. This is mainly for bow class down here, but it looks like I can use this as a blade. So I'm going to learn that. And then you want to assign the skill. So it looks like we want to assign it. It doesn't have a way to, so right now I can only assign it to the square, and it actually automatically did that, so really not much more to do. And then what we're going to actually end up doing, let me see, once we level up some more, is I'm going to be able to do these traps. I only need one more level in another area up here, and then I'll be able to get the traps. So I don't know what this is on the map, but it seems important. It's like glowing. More players are over here. So. Okay, so I must not be the only one that has the same thought process. What is that symbol? I don't know. I'm going to see if I can hang out with these guys, because this will make the game a lot easier. For sure. Go ahead and top off on my health, since I'm full and there's an extra one laying around there. I don't know, since we're not part of a group or anything like that. Man, that guy seems like he's really high level. Or he's, let me see, what is he? No, maybe just sorcerers are a really good class. I don't know, maybe they're kind of OP. Doesn't look like I'm getting shared experience when they're killing things, though. So that's kind of my fear, is like, do you have to be in a group to be able to get the experience when somebody else is killing things? Because he's able to, like, the sorcerer has such a good range attack, and it's like, okay, I mean, I could switch to my bow, but he's able to kind of kill everything, so it kind of, he gets all the experience for everything. So, all right, I thought this was the town, but when I originally teleported, I guess maybe that was a different place I had to go.
I will need to make the necessary arrangements. Please, excuse me. How did this happen? I shouldn't be holding this in my hands. It should be.
Restraint, my lord. Restraint.
Ah, yes. Of course. Carry on, Isti.
So there's some more. This symbol over here, this blue exclamation point, actually so far has been side quests. So.
An arrangement I made went awry, and I was extorted by the ruffian Laskus for protection. He's camped somewhere near the pass to the northwest. Return the gemstones he stole, and I'll make it worth your while.
Get payment of the gemstones. Okay, I guess we'll keep doing that. Out of curiosity, though, let's go ahead and see. So we can actually highlight what we want, and then the map will kind of take us there. So if we wanted to actually switch back to the main quest, we can actually do that as well. So right now we have the... Here's that symbol again. I wonder what that is. Event. Oh, it's an event. Huh. Since I'm by myself, I don't know if I really want to do this, to be honest. This seems kind of easy. I guess I'll give it a whirl. I say that, and then a whole bunch of people show up, so, or a whole bunch of enemies. It looks like I have to survive for a minute, kind of like we did. So in a different video, there was a caravan that we had to protect for a minute. I think if I was on tier 1, I don't think it would have been an issue. I almost had it. It got down to the last second. Unfortunately, I was not able to keep the survivor alive. Oh, wow, there's a lot of people. Thankfully, I do have a full stack of my health potions there. I am 4 out of 4. That wall is not cool. That's actually a necromancer skill to be able to do the bone wall. I'm actually curious who actually, if it was one of these werewolf-looking enemies, might be the main guy up here. There's the succubus actually from Diablo 2 that we see. Okay. We got a skill point, was able to level up to level 8 there. And usually what it is, there's a these guys come at the last minute and get all the things that I get all the treasuries and everything. But basically, usually when the event completes, usually you have to defeat any remaining enemies is what that was. So there's probably a couple enemies left that we had to defeat. Let's go ahead and see. It looks like I just need to go around here to the right to get to this gym area. How are they doing so much? It feels like they're doing a lot more damage. Oh, that one guy's 13. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, you can kind of randomly team up with people. So.
Meros sent you. That spineless merchant. Ha! This will cost him dearly.
Oh, wow. Well, thank goodness those people showed up so I don't have to fight them alone. I'm going to keep an eye on my experience. I'm just curious. Now, I mean, I'm engaging with him, but I wonder if I did not... it seemed like when that other guy was like blasting away earlier at some random enemies that I didn't get a chance to actually hit or target. Didn't seem like I was getting the XP for that, so I'm not sure. Real quick, I'm really bad about checking my armor that I'm picking up. Wow, that is way better. A salvage cache. I wonder. Oh, 2 veiled crystals. Okay. And then this is actually better. So the 38 armor, I do have one percentage better attack speed, but I think the armor is going to be a little bit better right now. I don't know if 1% is really going to make a huge difference. I'm curious, one of my favorite classes from Diablo 2 is actually the Necromancer, and I would be curious, it's not playable right now, but it would be interesting to see. I'm curious how they kind of did that. Their bone spirit and their magic abilities are definitely very, very powerful. So definitely kind of curious to see how that class is going to turn out. The Barbarian's been a classic, obviously, as well. Used to really like that class a lot more, and then kind of as I got to playing more and more, I don't know. I still like it. Don't get me wrong. I feel like there's some classes that start gravitating towards. So like the Witch Doctor, for example, in Diablo 3, I actually really started liking that character a little more as I started playing that more. Bear was definitely kind of tough. Let's see. We got some. Just some white items, nothing too crazy. It's like a trail of gold over here. Oh, there's a faulty mine. So that there's these optional areas. Oh, I might have accidentally clicked when I was attacking, but there's these optional areas in here. So this is, oh, I'm sorry, the Frosty Mine. And usually there's some good items. Typically it's kind of worth exploring. They're not mandatory. You don't have to do them for story progression or anything, but usually there's some good items. There's some good treasure. It's worth going into at least. I'm getting swarmed though, so it's not super worth it right now. Wow.
I need more time.
Trying to clear a lot of these low levels out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this area, truthfully. Well, we got a couple. Okay, there's a couple. These werewolves are very tough. They have a lot more. I don't know if it's armor. They're level 7, just like a lot of these other things. Oh wow, gotta get out of there. Get out of there. We'll just leave the mine and come back to that later. Funny thing is, I've actually already got the treasure out of the area. I'm sure that werewolf probably has some good gear or something. I don't know. Maybe some decent experience. It's just not. It's definitely very tough. Who's this guy? Like a merchant or something? Huh. Like an NPC there. Huh. I want to see. I did pick up a nice... Or it seemed like a nice tunic. Yeah, okay. Does a lot more. Wow. Kind of cool looking. It's actually gold. I was wondering what these... I don't know if these are players or NPCs. I feel like they're NPCs, but you can see them kind of every once in a while riding in on their horse. The vodka bear. That's what that looked like. I didn't clear out this side area. We're actually just heading back to town. There's some white wolves over here, the storm wargs. There's like different versions of the wargs. There's like normal wargs that we were fighting earlier. These are the storm ones that kind of have a wider tint to them. And then going back here, hopefully we get a good reward for this because, man, that was well, thankfully we had people earlier to help us with that guy who turned into like a mini boss, so to speak.
So, the deed is done. Excellent. I knew you would prove worthy of my trust. I'm sure you've heard the new word as it spreads. We will no longer suffer at the hands of the lesser. Our strength, our might, our destiny is to triumph over the weak.
That said 20 fractured renowned crowns. I wonder what that exactly means. So these... Okay, so the things I was picking up earlier are for herbs. Still, again, I'm still not quite sure what exactly those do. If they're for like potions or something, but... That was like a bounty board. So this is like a main area. There's like a blacksmith. This is an armor vendor. This is a weapon guy. So not very good. They have new stock there in 55 minutes. I can sit down. It's kind of dumb. Okay. So we can salvage. I'm going to go ahead and prepare all of my equipped items, and then I'm going to go ahead and sell. I should have done that when I was over here at this guy. Let's go ahead and sell. I'm going to make sure real quick that everything, yeah, this is, we pretty much have gone through everything. So I'm going to go ahead and sell.
Good. What else you got?
So down there at the bottom in my stash that I'm in right now, so you can see 8,294. I doubt it's, I mean, it's usually not a tremendous amount of money that you get from selling these items, but hey, it's like 800 coin that we just got, so. So map and journal, let's go ahead and open. I don't like the way they did this. You have to like hit right or sorry, left on your D-pad to like actually open up the actual campaign and things like that. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Let's go ahead and mark this. That'll help us get to where we need to go, which is over here. Okay. Thankfully, we had already cleared out a lot of this. Hopefully, I don't know if... I'm kind of curious, since other people, since they're treating this kind of like an MMO, I wonder if enemies do respawn in the game. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see the differences here. Seen a lot of the enemies that I've killed earlier, so that's kind of a good sign that they don't respawn, at least not quickly. So you can kind of go back to town, go back and forth, and not be able to, or not have to continually kill the guys. Although the good news about that other, I guess on the other side of that, is you can level up a little easier if they're constantly respawning too. But it just kind of makes running back and forth kind of a little bit more difficult. Fractured. So, oh, area discovered. Okay.
Bearer of Lilith's blood, she will have your soul.
I need more time.
Oh, I rolled out. I was trying to roll out of the way, but he still caught me. I was hoping to just finish him off and kind of just keep whacking on him until he died, but I mistimed that. He still had a little sliver of health left, so... Definitely some of these enemies you cannot trade hits with as well, that's for sure. So this leads to... That's interesting. So, Necromancer only. There's a reward. I'm not going to actually do this one. It's a dungeon. Because I'm not a Necromancer. It wouldn't make any sense. Probably some decent experience, I'm sure, but... Let's go ahead and keep going down our main path. Wow, a lot of enemies down here, too. So far, I've just been kind of doing the... I guess the hand-to-hand combat, the sword part of the rogue here, but there is a bow, and I do have it equipped. I should probably, out of curiosity, I should probably do this, especially for these kind of enemies where I can kind of blast them with my bow.
I'm not ready yet.
But I don't see a where, at least not right now, readily available. I'm not seeing how to change my weapon. I'll have to check on that. Something I'll have to remember as soon as I get done fighting these guys and running for my life here. But... Oh, I'm like stuck in a very bad place now. Run! I keep running into more people I didn't clear out. Okay.
I'm not ready.
Well, that stuns you for a really long time, longer than I care for it to anyway. I should probably run back to town, but you don't really lose a whole lot from dying, so it's not like a huge deal. Entering a restricted area? Huh. Huh, interesting. While we're here, I'm gonna kind of see. So here is the bow. It's equipped. I'm just not sure how to actually, because I'm using my swords right now. I guess I'm not sure. It's probably, I just don't have a skill assigned to it. But I did level up, so let's see if we can actually do that. So we have barrage, rapid fire. Rapid fire would probably be would not be a bad choice. I'm gonna go ahead and learn that. So there's triangle. Okay. And that uses what would be equivalent of our mana, I guess you would say. Each class usually has some kind of different. In Diablo 3, the assassin had discipline points. Oh, I like that. Oh, much better. Much better. up playing the game on hard mode because I didn't even have the right skills attached and the right skill points assigned. I don't know. It keeps telling me it's a restricted area, so... Man, that is like going right through these guys. That is awesome. Alright, let me... It is... Shoot, I wonder... Oh, you know what? Travel... This is actually down here. Okay, this quest cannot be done in the... Okay, so I was going to the wrong one. So we got to go down here. Gotcha, that makes more sense. So note to anybody using the rogue class, make sure you get the bow skill. You know, I'm actually really curious now. Even though I have no health, I want to see how well this does against the vampires.
Like no potion.
Oh, that just wipes them out. Calling that the vodka bear. I can't. I kill it before I can actually see the name. It's like vodka log. Something. Thank you, random guy. NPC. I think these guys have already respawned because I remember killing them. This is just for my own curiosity right now. I just want to see how well this does. Back. I always think of like the Star Wars phrase of Anakin Skywalker, and he's like, "My powers have doubled since the last time we've met." Oh yeah, much better.
We don't have enough energy.
I feel like I was playing the game on hard mode without that. That's awesome. Much better. Okay. So cleared the frosty mine. So I got the treasure, but now I have actually cleared it since I cleared all the enemies out. So that was kind of nice to see. Plus I got to test out my new bow. So bows are definitely overpowered. The swords are definitely awful. At least for the skills that I've got so far. Can I not? Oh, I guess I've already used that. Some people doing this event. I guess we'll join them. Vengeful Spirit. That's a new one we haven't seen before. Gained a level there. That's nice. Okay, so now we are level 9. You gain pretty good experience. I mean, pretty decent rate anyway. Drifter boots, some gloves, some decent stuff out of that one. Okay, they're usually, they make it worth your while definitely to do those events. So it looks like, I feel like we have to go down, maybe over here. Something's happening. There we go. wow, a lot of guys. So. Vampires and ghouls and vampire bat. Okay.
I need more energy.
This is like down. Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna actually teleport back to town. I think this will actually get us to where we need to go. I think this is the town where it's want me to go next. This is actually where we're on the waypoint. Yeah, okay, so this is it. Okay. Some of the other players that we are randomly running into. Another side quest over here that we can actually grab as well. And I think this is actually going to do it for this particular video for part 3. But definitely stay tuned. I'll be doing part 4, be kind of playing this throughout the weekend. But thanks everyone for watching, and until next time.